What if the way you speak to yourself is quietly shaping your health, your money, and your relationships? In You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, the author argues that thoughts are not background noise, they are blueprints. Through practices like mirror work, forgiveness, and daily affirmations, she shows how belief can rewire behavior and behavior can reshape destiny. If you've ever wondered whether self-talk is just feel-good fluff or a force that actually redirects your life, this summary will test that belief with clear steps and lived examples. We'll explore how to turn inner criticism into inner care, how to release old anger without denying reality, and how to build a kinder mind that leads to stronger choices. Ready to examine the stories you repeat, and finally choose better ones? Let's dive in and find out. Students fear exams yet call themselves lazy. Parents pour love into kids but speak to themselves with cruelty. Professionals hit targets and still believe they're behind. In relationships, we replay old arguments. In finance, we inherit scarcity scripts. In health, we ignore our body's signals until it shouts. You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay meets these everyday collisions with a simple thesis. You can practice kinder language, release stuck resentment, and train your mind toward possibility. Using Louise Hay affirmations, mirror work, and self-healing routines, we'll translate ideas into doable daily steps. This isn't about denying pain, it's about directing it. If you've struggled with forgiveness, body image, anxiety, or money guilt, the book's tools help you interrupt the inner critic, rehearse better lines, and follow them with better choices. We'll keep it practical, global, and honest, because change is hard, but it's not mysterious. And the longest journey sometimes begins with a single sentence said with respect. Welcome to Unique Audiobook. This is the place where you'll find the world's best book summaries, in just 15 minutes. Each summary reveals a hidden secret that can change your thinking and your life. Whether you're a student, a parent, a professional, part of the corporate world, navigating relationships, or working on your finances and mindset, here, you'll discover practical solutions and new perspectives. And if you're new here, please take a quick second to like and subscribe, so you never miss life-changing summaries like this. And remember, the secret we're about to reveal today might just be the turning point in your journey. In this session, we'll translate You Can Heal Your Life into simple routines you can test today. One mirror, one sentence, one kinder choice at a time. Keep an open mind, take what serves, leave what doesn't. Let's begin. Don't skip this. People underestimate gentle practices because they seem too small to matter. But small practices compound. You Can Heal Your Life is not a miracle claim. It's a method for reducing mental friction so better actions become easier. Stay till the end because the last principle is the most powerful. It turns affirmations from slogans into systems that actually support behavior change. If you've tried positive thinking before and it felt fake, you'll learn how to ground it with evidence, boundaries, and repetition. Every few minutes, I'll share a quick pattern interrupt, something counterintuitive or clarifying, to keep your focus fresh. This summary is built to be useful, not mystical. If you apply even one idea for 7 days, you'll notice the edges of your days smooth out. Consider Archbishop Desmond Tutu's lifelong teaching on forgiveness. He didn't equate forgiveness with forgetting or excusing harm. He treated it as a disciplined release of the rope so the past stops dragging the present. That approach, firm, ethical, and practical, echoes this book's core. Forgiveness is a tool for freeing your energy to act better now. Whether in truth commissions or personal conflicts, the pattern is the same. Name what happened, feel what it cost, and choose not to carry it forever. That choice doesn't rewrite history, it rewrites your next hour. Tutu shows forgiveness as skill, not surrender, a corrective lens that returns agency. If release can restore moral strength at national scale, imagine what it can do inside a single home or mind. With that frame, let's open the first secret from Louise Hay. The way you speak to yourself sets the stage for everything. Imagine walking into a room where your name has been mocked on every wall. You'd shrink, move carefully, say less. Now imagine the same room repainted with steady, truthful lines. Learning. Capable. In progress. Which room helps you act better? Louise Hay's starting point is simple. Thoughts are practice. What we rehearse becomes reflex. Affirmations, in her view, are not fantasies. They're training lines, short sentences you can say, write, and act on. The trick is respect. I am confident may feel fake. I am learning to speak with steadiness is truer and sticks. We're not bypassing pain. We're reducing static so wise choices get through. The brain loves repetition. The body loves coherence. Together they reward consistent rehearsal. When you say kinderlines and follow them with tiny aligned actions, eye contact, a single boundary, one email sent, you accumulate evidence. Evidence turns words into trust. Trust turns into momentum. Hay often prescribes concise, present-tense lines. I am willing to change. I approve of myself. She pairs them with physical cues, breath, posture, and daily repetition. The focus is willingness, not perfection. She recounts clients who softened self-attack through simple, repeatable sentences, gradually noticing calmer decisions at work, gentler reactions at home, and less rumination at night. A junior engineer freezes in stand-ups. Instead of, I'm terrible, she tries, I am learning to report clearly. She writes it on a sticky note, breathes before speaking, and shares one crisp update daily. After 2 weeks, teammates respond with specifics. Evidence grows. The sentence feels less performative, more descriptive. Confidence follows practice, not the other way around. Choose sentences you can back with action. Keep them short, believable, and repeatable. Words don't move mountains, they move you, and you move the mountain. Hay often prescribes concise, present-tense lines. I am willing to change. I approve of myself. She pairs them with physical cues, breath, posture, and daily repetition. The focus is willingness, not perfection. She recounts clients who softened self-attack through simple, repeatable sentences, gradually noticing calmer decisions at work, gentler reactions at home, and less rumination at night. A junior engineer freezes in stand-ups. Instead of, I'm terrible, she tries, I am learning to report clearly. She writes it on a sticky note, breathes before speaking, and shares one crisp update daily. After 2 weeks, teammates respond with specifics. Evidence grows. The sentence feels less performative, more descriptive. Confidence follows practice, not the other way around. Choose sentences you can back with action. Keep them short, believable, and repeatable. Words don't move mountains, they move you, and you move the mountain. Next time self-criticism spikes, switch to, I am willing to learn X, then take one tiny action within 5 minutes. Say it, write it, do it. Evidence turns volume down on the critic. We just rebuilt the room with truer sentences, and proof. But here's the suspense. What if your harshest lines appear when you face yourself directly? That's where resistance lives. In Secret 2, we'll meet Hay's most practical ritual, mirror work, the awkward, powerful practice of speaking kindly to your own eyes. Surprising truth. Many people speak to strangers with more respect than they speak to themselves. Flip that ratio for 1 week and watch your tone with others improve automatically. You close a big tab, stand up to stretch, and catch your reflection in the dark screen. The first thought. Be honest. That first thought is the script you're rehearsing. Mirror work is simple. Look into your own eyes and say a steady line you're willing to practice. Start short. I'm here for you. We'll learn this. The aim isn't to hype yourself, it's to become a reliable witness. The eye contact makes the sentence land. Awkward at first. Good. That means you're bumping into an old script. Keep sessions brief and daily. Add breath and posture. Pair with small actions. This turns a mirror from a judge into a coach. Hay frequently guides clients to begin with, I love and approve of myself, then adapt to what's believable, I'm open to approving of myself. She suggests morning and night sessions, especially during transitions, new job, breakup, noting that consistency lowers self-rejection and steadies choices. A med student dreads rounds. Each morning, 2 breaths, soft gaze, I can ask one clear question today. Afterward, nice. We did it. Over weeks, the mirror becomes a check-in, not a trial. Anxiety loosens. Initiative grows. Your reflection can be a ritual site. Train it to be safe, steady, and brief. Small respect daily beats rare inspiration. Tonight, 1 minute. Look, breathe, say one supportive line you can act on tomorrow. Keep it the same for 7 days before changing it. Mirror work lowers static. But another signal blocks growth, old grudges that keep the past on loop. Question: how do you release what was without denying it? In Secret 3, we'll practice forgiveness, not forgetting, not excusing, freeing your hands so you can build. You're pulling a rope in a lit hallway. The other end disappears into darkness. Your hands burn. You can't see who's tugging, only that you're losing skin. What happens if you let go? Hay frames forgiveness as self-maintenance. You release the rope so your hands can heal and your work can continue. Forgiveness isn't reconciliation, permission, or amnesia. It's an internal unclenching that returns attention to the present. The steps: name the harm, feel the cost, set boundaries, then choose to stop rehearsing the scene. This doesn't replace legal or ethical action, it restores your capacity to take it. Anger is a flare, it points to values. But living by the flare burns you. Forgiveness cools the field so you can move wisely, file the report, end the contract, or rebuild differently, without carrying acid into every room. Hay recounts clients who held decades-old resentments that colored every relationship. Through written statements, "I am willing to release the need to hold this story," plus boundary plans, they reported calmer conversations and less compulsive rehashing. Forgiveness, done carefully, freed energy for actual problem-solving. A project manager's ex-boss humiliated her in stand-ups. Months later, she still rehearses comebacks nightly. She writes what happened, shares it with a therapist, sets rules for future teams, and adds one line: "I choose not to replay this tonight." Sleep improves. Focus returns. Forgiveness isn't erasing, it's editing. Keep the lesson, cut the loop. Your future needs that bandwidth. When an old scene starts, say, pause. I choose not to rewatch. Redirect to one concrete next step, draft a boundary email, schedule a conversation, or do a 10-minute body scan to unclench. We've freed attention from old loops. But pain often hides in the body's signals: tight jaws, stiff backs, shallow breath. What if symptoms sometimes mirror stress patterns? In Secret 4, we'll use Hay's mind-body lens as a reflection tool, without replacing medical care. Quick reminder: reflection tools complement, not substitute, professional treatment. Use them to notice patterns, then act with common sense and care. You rub your neck during back-to-back meetings. It's not just posture. It's also permission, your body asking for one. Hay's mind-body lists link symptoms to possible emotional tensions, like tightness with held anger, fatigue with chronic self-neglect. Treat these as prompts, not verdicts. The value is awareness. If my chest is tight, what conversation am I avoiding? Pair reflection with practical care, hydration, movement, medical advice. The goal is to cooperate with your body, not accuse it. Curiosity softens criticism, plans follow clarity. Hay suggests gentle questions with symptoms. Where am I not letting myself relax? Affirmations like, "I'm safe to slow down," accompany tangible changes, breathing breaks, schedule edits. Many clients report reduced stress behaviors when they respond, not just react. An accountant gets midday headaches in quarter close. She adds 90-second breath breaks and a boundary: no lunch at the desk. The symptom becomes a cue for microcare, not a war. Treat the body as an ally sending information. Listen, adjust, and seek help when needed. No blame, just teamwork. Set a timer twice today. When it rings, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, and take 3 slow breaths. Ask, what am I needing right now? We tuned into the body without shaming it. Yet many patterns began earlier, before we had words for them. Which brings us to a tender practice. In Secret 5, we'll meet your inner child, and learn to reparent the parts that still brace for impact. If these ideas land for you, drop a comment, ready to heal, with evidence. Your words might nudge someone else to start. Think of a photo of you at 8 years old. What did that kid worry about? What did they wish someone would say? Hay often returns to early learning. Kids absorb judgments as laws. Reparenting means updating those laws with adult care. You identify a young part, the pleaser, the perfectionist, name its fear, and offer present-day safety. Clear schedules, predictable rest, honest boundaries, and steady self-talk. This is not sentimental. It's structural. You build a home inside where panic is met with plans, not punishment. Over time, the inner critic loses authority because a wiser adult shows up consistently. You can still be ambitious, just not at a child's expense. Responsibility replaces drama. Care replaces chaos. Hay invites lines like, I am willing to learn to love myself, paired with practical support, clean spaces, nourishing food, enough sleep. She notes that when clients stopped bullying themselves, relapse into old coping dropped. Consistency, not intensity, healed trust. A new parent hears the old script, don't bother people, whenever asking for help. They write, adult me schedules support. They book one sitter per month. The child part calms because the adult proves dependable. Your inner child doesn't need speeches, they need routines. Build small, repeating kindnesses. Safety grows from predictability. Choose one reparenting ritual. Fixed bedtime, 10-minute tidy, Sunday prep. Announce it to yourself like you would to a child. Warm, clear, consistent. We strengthened your inner home base. But many people carry an inherited script around money, scarcity, guilt, or fear of visibility. What if prosperity begins with permission, not pressure? In Secret 6, we'll rewrite money beliefs so ambition and integrity can coexist. Counterintuitive note, self-respect tends to increase income not by magic, but by enabling boundaries, negotiation, and better rest, which improves work quality. A friend compliments your work. You minimize it. Later, you wonder why clients treat your time casually. Hay's prosperity ideas start with worthiness. You don't charge more to become enough. You charge fairly because your work has value. Prosperity isn't only money, it's time, trust, health, and help. Affirmations like, I am open to good, pair with behaviors. Clear rates, clean invoices, kind follow-ups. Scarcity scripts say, if I ask, I'll lose them. Reality says, if a boundary breaks the deal was breaking you. Hay suggests replacing, I never have enough, with, I welcome opportunities to serve and receive fairly, then practicing gratitude for small inflows, on-time payments, referrals, helpful peers, rewiring attention toward possibility. A freelancer posts transparent packages, sets response windows, and adds late fees. Stress drops. Better clients arrive. That's not magic, it's math plus boundaries. Prosperity grows where clarity lives. Value the work, value the worker, and systems follow. List your top 3 services. Write one clear price or policy for each. Share them publicly or with one client this week. Money scripts updated, we turn to love scripts. Many chase approval while abandoning themselves. Question, what if self-love isn't indulgence but infrastructure? In Secret 7, we'll build boundaries that protect kindness instead of punishing need. If you're still with me, hit like and type, clarity over chaos. It helps the algorithm, and reminds you what you're choosing. You say, yes, before your calendar opens. Later, resentment arrives wearing your own name. Hay's self-love is adult, not adolescent. It includes limits, rest, and repair. Boundaries are how love remains kind over time. They prevent quiet betrayals, overpromising, undersleeping, people-pleasing. A boundary is simply a rule that protects capacity. I need 24 hours to reply. I don't discuss work at dinner. I will reschedule if I'm sick. Fear says boundaries ruin connection. Experience shows they preserve it. When you break a boundary, repair, apologize, reset, and try again. Over weeks, your word becomes trustworthy to yourself. Peace replaces panic. Hay pairs lines like, I am safe to set limits, with micro behaviors, calendars, pause phrases, and decline scripts. Clients report fewer blow-ups and more steady warmth when they protect energy at the source. A team lead implements no meeting Wednesdays. Output rises, tension drops. At home, they add a phone-free hour. Presence returns. That's boundary as oxygen. Self-love isn't a feeling. It's a framework. Boundaries guard your best self so you can offer it consistently. Draft one boundary sentence and one repair sentence. Example: I need a day to reply. I overpromised. Here's my new, realistic timeline. With boundaries set, discipline becomes gentle instead of grim. But how do we make change stick when motivation fades? In Secret 8, we'll design tiny rituals, affirmations, breath, gratitude, that keep the engine warm on ordinary days. Motivation is a visitor. Systems are roommates. Choose roommates. A runner doesn't tie shoes on race day for the first time. They tie them every day. Hay's practices thrive in ritual. Morning mirror line, 2 breaths before emails, 3 gratitudes at night. Keep rituals tiny and tied to existing habits. Mirror, kettle, commute. Use when, then cues. When I open my laptop, then I sit tall and say one clear intention. Consistency beats intensity. Rituals make good choices default, not heroic. Hay often sequences. Affirmation, breath, one action. The stack matters. It converts mood into motion. Clients who anchored affirmations to routines reported better follow-through than those who used them randomly. A designer adds a 2-minute planning ritual after coffee. List 3 tasks, 1 break, 1 boundary. Anxiety drops, output rises. Rituals protect progress from weather. Tiny, timed, and tethered, that's how change survives Tuesday. Pick one anchor, mirror, mug, door. Attach a 60-second ritual. Do it daily for 7 days before you tweak it. Rituals hum softly, but identity roars. If you still call yourself the anxious one, your feet hesitate. In Secret 9, we'll rewrite identity, not to pretend, but to align words with accumulating proof. If this resonates, share this with a friend who's building better habits. Add a comment: identity first, habits second. A librarian stamps your file, always late. Every desk you approach afterwards looks like a courtroom. Hay's affirmations double as identity drafts. The aim isn't to cosplay confidence, it's to state the story your actions can slowly uphold. Replace absolute labels, I'm a mess, with process identities, I'm a person who plans 5 minutes ahead. Identity language guides behavior selection. You vote for who you are becoming. Evidence still matters. Track wins, however tiny. When words and proof align, resistance drops. You're not contradicting reality, you're coaching it forward. Hay's I am willing phrasing is identity smart. I'm willing to learn boundaries, signals direction without faking mastery. Clients reported less backlash from the inner skeptic and more consistent action, because willingness feels honest. A student branded bad at math reframes, I'm a person who practices calmly for 15 minutes. Grades rise, but more importantly, panic falls. Identity predicts effort, effort compounds results. Choose identities you can feed daily. The story you repeat becomes the stage where your next decisions perform. Write one identity line, I'm a person who every weekday. Fill it with a 5-minute behavior. Track it for 10 days. Adjust, don't accuse. We aligned identity with action. One more piece completes the system. Community. Who you stand near shapes what you'll dare. In Secret 10, we'll build environments and alliances that make doing the right thing the easiest thing. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your supports. Upgrade supports. Notice how you eat better at a friend's tidy table than at your own cluttered desk. Hay emphasizes surrounding yourself with reminders of care, clean corners, encouraging voices, practical tools. Environment is leverage, a water bottle within reach, a friend who texts, bedtime, a study group that normalizes breaks. If a space whispers, rush, skip, cram, you'll believe it. If it says, steady, clear, enough, you'll act accordingly. Design beats willpower. Hay advises loving your surroundings, not luxury, but order and warmth. Clients who decluttered one surface often reported easier routines elsewhere, a domino of competence. An analyst creates a closing mat. When it's rolled out, the last 10 minutes are sacred. Desk reset, tomorrow's top 3, shutdown. Sleep improves. Mornings start clean. Make your spaces point you toward the person you're practicing. Let rooms carry some of the weight. Choose one microenvironment upgrade today: a clean nightstand, a visible water bottle, or a no-work chair. Let the room do the reminding. We've practiced sentences, mirrors, release, rituals, identity, and environment. Now, gather them. The final minutes will seal the method and give you a simple weekly plan you can start tonight. Return to the 2 mornings from our hook. Same calendar, different chemistry. You Can Heal Your Life isn't asking you to pretend, it's asking you to practice. Kinder sentences, braver boundaries, honest release. Start with one line you can act on, one mirror minute, one tiny ritual, one identity vote, one environment upgrade. The inspirational punchline is simple. Healing accelerates when respect becomes routine. Pick one principle each week, apply it, and gradually transform your mindset. In 4 weeks, you'll have a new baseline. In 8, a new rhythm. In 12, a new reputation with yourself. Small does not mean weak. Small means repeatable. And what repeats, rules. If you stayed till the end, it means you truly want to change your life. Like this video, subscribe to Unique Audiobook, and tell me in the comments which secret you're starting with tonight. We cover 100 plus of the best books with clear, practical scripts, and if you want a full audiobook next, say the word. The book link is in the description. Share this with one person who needs a gentler inner voice and a stronger outer life. Let's practice together, one steady sentence at a time.